Hey everybody, we're back. Bill's faithful. We are excited, man. It has been crazy, guys. I've missed you guys. We haven't done a podcast in a while, but a lot of changes
Yeah.
have been happening since our last one. But I got my brother here, and I got my son over there, and we're here to talk Bill's faithful. And we're just gonna start off by talking a little bit about the training camp that's been happening. A lot of changes, offensively, defensively. We have a new rookie class, which I'm really excited about. New stadium, all this stuff that we're going to get to in our episode. So please, if you could subscribe, that would be great on our YouTube channel. And please also just let your friends know about us. We love doing this, and it's a family thing, and we just love talking about our Bills. Guys, how are you?
Doing good. I mean, it's been a minute, right? I think just looked right now. It's been 6 months since
Ooh,
our last video. It was titled Joe Brady and New Staff. Let's talk about it. So now we're
oh,
starting to kind of start it now. We're seeing that into fruition. So training camp is over. Now we're into the preseason. So I'm excited. A little skeptical of Joe Brady at first, but I like the mentality that we're having. I think they don't want to totally change everything that we were doing really well in, but also they're like something needed to happen. I'm excited for the season. It's not like I'm forgetting about the last 8 years or anything like that, but it feels like it's kind of a new dawn's coming. So we're trying to learn from those mistakes, and hopefully some good changes come around the corner. But I'm fired up. The stadium looks awesome. I can't wait to get in there and see it.
I know.
Yeah, I'm just fired up for this year. So it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Got to get a second job so we can afford
Right.
some tickets. No, vibe check. I mean, it's really exciting. I'll be honest, it was a weird off season, right? So
Yes.
with Joe Brady coming, it wasn't just this continuity run it back. It's kind of a new vibe with the team. Just everything I've been reading sounds like a lot more energy. I think the guys are a little bit looser, which will be really interesting to see. I think it's going to be some more up and down stuff, right?
Yeah.
Which would be really interesting. But it was a weird off season too for us because the Sabres were good this year.
Right.
So in my mind, it felt like a much shorter off season this year. I was kind of focused on Sabres and all that talk, and then
Absolutely.
Hellebuck talk throughout the season,
Oh,
that kind
yeah.
of thing. So it had kind of a shorter runway, but it's kind of nicer because we're not hinging everything on the Bills. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
yeah, it's exciting. The new stadium stuff will be cool to talk about too.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of new stuff, but yeah, it's like a breath of fresh air this year. I feel like.
I know. I'm trying to figure out like why that is. Like temperature wise, I'm like, okay, I'm loving our DC. I love Jim Leonard. I think he's doing a great job. I think the defense, and initially just hearing things, it's so hard when you're not there, but you're just kind of hoping to hear things from either like different podcast people or different
Yeah.
interviewers or whatever like that, and you're just kind of getting like the feel of it. And there's just this defensive vibe that I can't put my words on it, but I feel like there's just like this different vibe about it. It's like they're like you said, they're playing a little more loose. I think the defense is going. I think Jim's bringing a crazy cool defensive scheme. I think he's going to try things, which I love. And I think I was listening to Sal, and he was saying, when you try things, it could hurt you, but it could be great too. So I think Sean, nothing against Sean, but he kind of like try to keep things at bay. You guys know, like when we had our classic, cover two or whatever, and just like, we'll just keep them into a field goal if we can. I think Jim's going to come in and like, no, we're going to attack you, and we may lose you on a bomb or whatever, but we're going to keep attacking you. And I kind of like that scheme about you. I don't know about you guys.
I like that point. I feel like it's kind of like the bend don't break kind of Sean. That was kind of his philosophy on the defense, which was great. I mean, the regular season, I think, like that one year we had like 19 points per game against. Like it's just we just held teams at bay, like you said. But once you get to the playoffs, it's a different animal. And that's where I know like this is all fun to talk about and stuff. But once you get to January, like you need like our defense was not that 19 points per game, that turnover heavy. Like we did not generate turnovers that much. We gave up more than 25 points per game. So I'm excited to see. Listen, we might give up a big play, like you said, right?
Yeah.
But you're playing a really good playoff team, and that bend don't break. They're just eating clock. Then they're just checking down. They're having these long drives. We might hold them to a field goal, But now 8.5 minutes are gone, and that's 8.5 minutes less of Josh and James Cook. So it's like I almost like that where we're gonna attack them. We might get a couple sacks, we might let a bomb go, but it's all gonna even out. And I think we're gonna give our offense more of a chance to do the same thing. And I like our offense versus any offense in the league.
Yeah, I saw some interesting takes about the difference this year on the defense side, and I heard some players kind of mention we were used to seeing the same defense over and over.
Yes.
And this camp's been different. And it's like, wow, there's some new stuff in here. It's confusing. Do you think other teams didn't see that too? I mean, in playoffs, right? So like,
I would think so. Even the Chiefs, right? Like 4 times,
and dude, our the thing was in the playoffs, offense has not been an issue outside of maybe that first, Houston playoff game with Josh. That was crazy. But that's the outlier. But the rest of it, we had enough points. It's just, weren't we giving up like 30 points a game later in those? It's just untenable. I think it was more in the defensive side, which is crazy because Sean was a defensive coach.
Right.
So, for that piece, I am excited for a shot in the arm. Is it Joe Brady? I don't know.
I know.
But early returns is exciting. I'm it's the first year I've been more excited to see what the defense is going to do in the offense.
Yes. Yeah. I was reading a sports writer's article, and he was sharing how he traveled to all the training camps for all teams, and he said the Bills were the number one best looking team.
Yeah.
The number one. And I was like, wow, that's impressive. Just overall, like we've got a 30-year-old Josh now who's got a baby. We've got a tenured James Cook. We've got it sounds like to me, you guys, I mean, fingers crossed, but possibly a phenomenal wide receiver 1 in DJ Moore.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen him, how well he looks at training camp? I mean, he's looking unbelievable. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys see in like the preseason? And maybe this will kind of like segue our way to, are there any players that you're really like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to watch this guy play this year?
We look prepared too. And I think it's because we had a new coach. I thought we were allowed to go in 2 weeks early for something. I forgot what the exact rule was, but I wonder if that has to play into how good we look as well, because a lot of our young guys, a lot of our team has been able to get there 2 weeks early and prepare a little bit more, which I think is kind of cool. Yeah. The whole players thing, there's a lot that comes to mind. I mean, you can look at the seasoned veterans in a new defense, like your Ed Olivers and your Greg Rousseau. I'm curious to see how they're going to look more. You got some of these rookies that are looking good. Players to watch. It's almost like a position I'm looking to watch is our inside linebacker. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a little worried about that because Terrell Bernard, not the guy we know last year, and I know he admitted that too and stuff like that. Just wasn't fully healthy.
Yep. Dorian
Williams is more kind of downhill tackling kind of guy, more situational. I don't know, being a full-time role, I don't know how that's going to work for him. I know we've got that rookie in Keogh. He looks pretty good, but like, is he totally ready to make that step? So it's not like a really player to watch for me. It's more like that position is that inside linebacker. And I'd say for me, it's kind of maybe a no-brainer to some, but DJ Moore, I'm just so excited to watch. I'm like,
oh my God.
I mean, when the TV's on and our offense is on, I'm looking to him, what he's doing, what the routes he's running, those things we're going to do. It's going to be so fun.
Oh my God.
So I'd say that position and DJ Moore are probably my top two. I'm like, I'm eager to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's a good take.
Yeah, I think, DJ looked amazing that first game. I mean,
didn't he?
Wide open.
I know.
Making catches. I'd rather him not grab his leg after a catch. That'd be fun.
That would be great.
He seemed to be fine, but linebacker is really interesting this year. The other thing, I think this scheme is going to fit Bernard better than the prior schemes. I do, and
I agree.
Everything from that Elarm Zor. I mean, it sounds like he was a steal.
Yes,
he's just been lighting it up and really challenging. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts this year and really makes an impact. I'll be honest with you. I think Deion Walker is going to have a big season. I loved him last year.
I know.
I guess he dropped like 20 pounds in the offseason, and they couldn't stop him in that Panthers preseason game. I know it's preseason, I get it, but he was a problem. And the thing is, if you got a double, at Oliver, Deion's going to come free.
Yeah.
He's an athletic guy. I think he's going to have a really big season. So I'm excited about that. I think Cole Bishop is exciting too. He's a good young guy, right? And I think he's going to really solidify some things there. I don't know. I think the offense is going to be the offense, right? So DJ Moore is kind of the story there, and I think they're going to be even better this year. But the defense really intrigues me, just because we haven't had anything different for 8 years. You know what I mean? It's like different scheme. You can see how these players can play a little bit different, more free. Even in the preseason game, I don't know if you noticed, but I had a couple interesting QB rushes where we knocked down some passes and things like that. Like more, I don't know, some cornerback blitz stuff. I just feel like we didn't do a lot of that. And in the playoffs, you need some of those splash plays. You might get burned, right? You might get burned. But, I mean, we got burned. Remember that twice in the Broncos game?
I know.
Where we had to put in, Dane Jackson.
Yeah.
That other guy that just got smoked as soon as they got on the field. So I think our depth is better this year on defense.
It's up the disguises, too, that they're going to – you see them talk about the blitz disguise and stuff. I think Bills fans should expect that we're going to be able to get to the quarterback a little bit more, but there's also going to be some growing pains, too. So I don't know how that's going to look yet, but that's what I think they should expect.
Yeah, I agree. And that was one thing I was a little concerned about at the preseason and training camp and all that stuff. It's just like, oh, man, are these guys going to be able to adjust to this new scheme? But I'm telling you, I think they have, and I feel like this is a Brandon Beane year in a sense, because like, okay, has he actually drafted to our schemes and our kind of like the coaches what they want out of him, and I'm like, okay, are these the guys that are going to really make an impact? And then right now I'm like, I think he's doing pretty well. Like CJ Gardner-Johnson looks fantastic. He's a chirper. I love him. He's got some attitude. Deion Dawkins has lost 20 pounds. Like you said, Deion Walker looks phenomenal. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm like, I know Deion Dawkins was a while back and he's an older guy, but I mean, for the most part, like he, and if this DJ Moore works out well, I'm good with what we spent, a little bit of high on the money, but if he gets open and he gives Josh that break, like somebody, so get open, please, for Josh. That would be amazing. That's what we want. Like somebody get open. I'm looking at Keon to have a turnaround season this year. I think Shakir's going to have a great season. I think they're going to be able to use Shakir more. I think I've said that a few times over the years, but I really do think Shakir's going to have a good season. He's solid. But yeah, I'm cool with that.
Well, I think it's interesting to see how many players we shed on the defensive side last year that aren't even on a roster anymore.
I know.
I mean, that's kind of an indictment on
it's pretty crazy.
Our roster, right? So I think we're in a much better spot roster-wise, especially on defense, in my opinion.
Yeah.
This year rather than last.
Yeah,
totally.
All right, guys, what do you think of the new stadium? It has some crazy seat calls. People are like, okay, I can't see anything, where other people are like, this is gorgeous. They're walking in. We're seeing a bunch of different videos. I think overall, what do you guys think of the stadium? I know we have not seen it yet. I know we've just seen videos and stuff, but overall, stadium, what do you think?
Looks cool. I mean, I remember driving by with you when we go to the other game and just seeing it across the street. We're like, oh my gosh, it's like the Coliseum over there. It's just so sick. I'm not a season ticket holder, so I can't say anything about the, I can understand their points of the frustrations. Maybe they didn't think it was going to be as bad as what they told them. From a lot of reports that I've seen, it looks like the Bills actually did tell these people that there are going to be obstructed views and kind of give them a sort of look at what it might be.
Yeah.
Maybe it's, worse in real life, which, makes sense. It's not computer generated and things. But it sounds like that's kind of how modern stadiums are. They don't build the staircases from, it's not a huge wide thing. They're trying to build up. So because of that, the stairwells and everything has to be inside. So, there's going to be probably 1% of these seats around the stadium that are obstructed. I saw a thing that if you don't want obstructed views, just don't be right in the front of a section. Be at least 5 rows back from every section, at least from the top, like the 400 and stuff, and you're good.
Sure.
So yeah, for the small percentage, it stinks. But I mean, you got to look at the thing and just be like, okay, this is cool. Buffalo's staying here for another 30 years. To me, the pros outweigh those cons, and maybe I'd feel differently if I was a season ticket holder. But I think it's exciting. The preseason game looked like the grass, had a lot of tear up and stuff, but they said it's expected. It's a brand new field. It's going to take some time for it to kind of settle and things, but hopefully that helps. Some injuries too. I know, injury bug affects every team, but I like hopefully no one pops their Achilles and stuff on that field, or the chances of go much lower.
No, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, it was all over the news. I think a lot of this is slow news cycle stuff.
Yeah.
Right. If we were in the middle of the season, or even if there was another league right now that demanded half of what the NFL does, that could have taken away some of that heat.
Yeah.
Just got blown up out of proportion.
So
much.
I totally understand from a perspective of the season ticket holders, especially with the PSL.
Yeah.
That stings. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
They're expensive seats,
I know.
It's expensive. I get it. Now, whether they knew it ahead of time or not, I think they'll make things right with those fans. I also think they have to be creative with saying, okay, this is the reality.
Yeah.
You're going to see this glass piece here. There's going to be a glare on it. That was another thing I saw. I don't know if you guys saw that with the sun glare. It's different. Make it right pricing wise. Right?
Yeah.
Make those lower tiered seats. Make it a little bit cheaper. Whatever. I think they'll handle it. They kind of said media wise they'll handle it one by one basis.
Oh, sure.
Situation. But the other thing is, you guys know the old stadium. If you guys went to go get something to drink or to eat, you might as well have been in a World War II bunker.
Yeah.
You couldn't see the field at all. You couldn't sniff it. You didn't know where you were. You might as well have been 3 miles away.
Right.
This stadium, from what I've seen, the experience is you can walk that whole path around it and you can see the field. That is something we've never had.
I love that.
I've been to like Ford Field, okay? Indoor stadium, whole different stadium. It's a dome, different. But the coolest thing is walking around that stadium.
Oh, man.
With all the food vendors, and you can always see the field. It's so cool.
It adds to the experience, It's, totally.
Yeah, and it's going to be different this year. Like, what other years have you been able to still watch the game and get out of the snow? And you could watch in the concourse. Now, it's not ideal. It's not like you don't want people with their seats, but there's so many different options this time around with the stadium. And the coolest thing to me is how, the old stadium was kind of a bowl, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of flat. This is like really brought in. They said this stadium's going to be loud. And I love that.
Yeah.
It's not perfect. It isn't, but it also wasn't a $5 billion stadium like SoFi was. It was a $2 billion stadium.
Right.
And you're going to have some things that you can't get right. I think a lot of it was sour grapes. I think people love to hate on Buffalo. You guys know that. I mean, it's always this narrative. We can't get anything right. We're never going to win. And it's just that. But I think by week 2, it's not going to matter. Like after that Lions game at home, when it's crazy, it's that night game and it's going to be loud. I think the story is going to become, holy crap, that's going to be hard to play at.
Yeah. Because I think
there's some memorable plays in there too. Sorry to interrupt, but I feel everyone's holding to those old memories of the old stadium, which I get it. You know what I mean? But like once there's some new memories in the stadium, just a great Josh play and just this team, like it's going to start to feel like home for everyone. It's going to be better. So,
and Josh felt like the people were really close to him. While he was out there, he's like, this is cool. They're like they're right there, and it's loud. He could tell. I have a buddy that I work with, and he was a seat owner at the old stadium. Had seats in near the end zone. He got some 4 seats again for this coming one. He is in the 400 level, and he said they're better than what he had before. Yeah. He's up there, but he's like, our view is amazing, and he loves it. So he was really happy with it. So, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, so that's new stadium. Jameson, you got a question for us as we finish up our podcast here and segue out of this?
Yeah, let's just look to the horizon and just think of a what if. I have a what if question for you guys. Okay. So if the Bills were to win a Super Bowl, and I know it's a what if and it's a dream.
Yes.
Who do you think you can? I want you to name one. Maybe you can do two, but I'd like one dark horse player that makes an impact in that game to help them win.
Oh my!
It can even be throughout the playoffs too. It's going to be that one game. Just some dark horse player that just shines when it matters most this postseason. Gets it done.
My reoccurring daytime fantasy: the Bills winning a Super Bowl. Let me think.
I dream about it probably twice a week.
Dark horse. I like this question. This is fun.
Yeah, this is a good one.
So yeah, you can't no Josh, no Cook.
Yeah,
dark horse.
Yeah.
Something you think.
Oh man. Who I think?
Mm-hmm.
I'll go one. I'll go first, Jamie.
Okay.
So prompt something for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to go defense because what we haven't had in the playoffs is that breakthrough defensive play. Now, we had Taron Johnson.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Awesome play.
Amazing game. It was played in front of 38 people at the stadium. But
that was
anyway,
great. That was louder than
imagine that like in a full house. That would have been the best.
Oh my gosh. John Murphy's call. I love that call.
Yeah. Oh, amazing. So I'm going defense because I think if we break through, we got to have a big defensive play. I just do. You look at all the Super Bowl winners recently, Seahawks, right? Yeah. Amazing defense. Kansas City's made defensive plays when they've won, that kind of thing, right? I'll go Christian Benford. I love Christian Benford. I think he's a great player.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Awesome cornerback. I think him having a pick or a pick six, something like that, deep in the playoffs.
Gosh.
I think that could be kind of a dark horse situation. I
think
it would come from defense.
That'd be fun.
I would love for it to come defense. I wasn't even thinking defense, but that's such a good call. I'm gonna go Kincaid, tight end. I just feel like I've seen like Kelsey show up. I've seen other tight ends show up. I want to give it to a wideout, but I gotta go Kincaid. I know it's not really a dark, but I'm gonna go Kincaid. Just feel like that option to get the winning touchdown. He's open on a little slant pattern. He always, Josh always runs right, and he's always looking for somebody. You got Knox. I've seen Knox throws. I've seen other tight ends that he hits. And I'm just thinking, wouldn't that be beautiful on a like a little bit of a throw to the right and hits Kincaid for a touchdown to seal it? Oh my gosh, that would be phenomenal. So
well, he just had a long touchdown in that joint practice, right?
He did. Yeah.
He said he upped his offseason training too. Hopefully that helps him, doesn't get injured and stuff. Because he was our leading receiver in the Broncos game. I mean, I looked the other day. He was 6 catches, 80 yards, and a touchdown. I mean,
I know
he's lethal. He's just got to stay on the field, man. So,
he's got to stay on the field.
Yeah.
He has bulked up. I did hear that. So, James, good question. Good question to pose.
Holy that was cool.
I saw from Sal and Matt Bovey were talking about it in Always Game Day in Buffalo. And I think Sal said Keon Coleman.
Oh, nice.
So that was fun. Mine was Jackson Hawes, actually. So I was thinking tight end, too.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. It's a dark horse.
I like that.
I can just see this guy just having the game of his life. You know what I mean? I don't know. He's just a football dude. He's just a football
dude.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
All right. Great job, guys.
Let me finish out by saying,
yeah,
Sal Capaccio, we need you on the podcast.
Oh, hey, how about it?
He's my special guest. Dark horse guest.
Dark horse guest. Well, Jamie and I have a picture with him, so maybe we can at least start there and say, "Hey, do you remember us?"
Right.
All right. Take care, everyone. See ya.
All right. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.